Everybody, sorry for the vibrating camera here, but I decided I'd take my baby out for a spin. Trying to position this right here. Believe it or not, it's been a few days since I actually, a couple weeks since I actually took my baby out. Not because I wanted to wait that long, but simply because I didn't have an opportunity. Or it's been raining before and everything. Sort of put a damper on that. Oh my gosh. There's an old Suburban. What do you know? Looks like he's out getting a cruise today too. I don't know how well my camera can actually pick up the sound, but I need to adjust my mirror over there. Sound pretty quiet, and thankfully, as a matter of fact, it is actually pretty quiet. Once I had that manifold gasket fixed on my truck, it really quieted it down. Of course, you're not going to get there is a shovel in the road. I'm not kidding. There is a shovel in the freaking road. Man, I'm glad I didn't hit that. Of course, the one day that I have to be out in El Dorado here, somebody has to go and drop a shovel in the road. Hope somebody goes back and picks that up. Dodge is for sale. It's not an old one though. Yeah, since I had that stuff done to my truck, it really did quieted the engine down a bit, but like I said, you're not going to get, completely quiet considering this is an old truck. But then again, I don't want it to be, that Z71 of mine, it's quiet. It is quiet. And I don't want this one to be that quiet. There's something about an old vehicle about hearing that engine roar, especially if it's one of the big blocks. There's just something about hearing that old engine just roar to life. And then whenever you give it gas, and there's an old Mustang, what do you know? Looks like a 65. Yeah. Hate these lights. There's the stupid idiot that ended up charging me $275 and tore up more on this baby than he fixed. Suck it, pal. You'd be surprised, actually. You drive a classic vehicle and you can notice people looking as you drive past. It's sort of common, but then again, it's understandable. They don't make vehicles like this anymore, obviously. These were back whenever vehicles, which mostly seem to be just fiberglass and plastic. This one is made out of solid steel. Older vehicles like this were made to deflect impacts, whereas newer vehicles are made to absorb the impact. Newer vehicles also have a lot of, starting in the late 70s, whenever the whole fuel crisis was going on, and then they started putting catalytic converters on vehicles, which restricted the power. And then they put catalytic converters on them, and then they started cutting back. I mean, this engine, I mean, it's powerful. I mean, it's the big block 454 factory from 1977, but it don't have as much power as, say, the 69 Chevy Camaro with the 454 under the hood does, or a 70 Chevy Chevelle SS. It don't have as much power as those would, because from the 60s to the early 70s, vehicles had plenty of power, and as years went on, they started cutting back on the power of them, and that's sad. I mean, this truck still has plenty of power, but in order to have it amped up to the power that you would have today, it would have to have a complete engine swap to something from the early 70s to late 60s. And frankly, I don't want to do that. I want to leave it as original as possible with the factory engine. But classic cars, there's nothing like them. I mean, I tell you, there is absolutely nothing in the world like owning a classic car. People that own classic cars, there's a couple people that are subscribed to me that I know that own classic cars, that knows exactly what I'm talking about. There's nothing like it in the world whenever you get behind the wheel of one of those classic machines. And the way that I look at it, every single vehicle, some people just look at vehicles as just vehicles. That's all they are, means of transportation. But to me, that's not what I see. Every single vehicle, including this truck, has a story to tell. Every single vehicle has a story to tell. It has a history. It has a history with its owner. Some of them have had more than one owner, and they have more than one story to tell. But vehicles are like people. I mean, these vehicles, they went through eras that some of us lived through, some of us didn't, and eras that we'll never see again. These vehicles, to me, are living embodiments of those eras gone past. They are the remnants of eras of times that we'll never see again. And, you know, I mean, you've got loved ones that have been in, like, Vietnam and World War II and such, World War I, that may still be alive, and they will end up passing on. But the vehicles, as long as you keep them running, they are the remnants. They are what's left. I find it ironic that there is actually a black Silverado behind me. Hey, buddy, here's an idea. Maybe you should partially get out of the road. Alright. Just out for a cruise, that's all we are doing. I think it's funny that there is a black Chevrolet Silverado behind me. It's like a 2010, 2012, I believe, judging by the body style, Silverado. It's a crew cab, and it's black, mine's black, and so, yeah, two different eras. You've got the large turning radius too, don't you? Yeah, I got that in this truck. You have to have a large turning radius to be able to maneuver it. Yeah, I just decided to take a little cruise down to my local Walmart. This isn't the only drive that I'm going to do, but I'm just decided to take it out for a cruise, doing what some other people do on Saturday. I'd see if I can maneuver around through there. They got a pipeline busted. Got a pipeline busted. That's going to be fun to fix. Yeah. If you've owned a classic car, heck, if you love your car, you've seen people before, I know. I mean, I know a lot of you can relate to this. You You see people out on the road that has no care for their car whatsoever. They just look for somebody to hit so that they can make an insurance claim so that they can sue you up your rear end and get the money. I'd never do that. I would never do that. I love my trucks too much. They mean too much to me. I know, a person would say, they're material objects. Why would you take that much care of them? Because they are part of my family. That's why. This truck has been in my family since back in '77. It's never been away from my family. It's been in my family, and I'm the last person in my family to actually take it over. I'm the only person in my family left for this truck. That red truck's the same way. I'm the second owner for it, but yep, large turning radius. BMW. Great, I'm behind an Expedition. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Crap. Oh, that was my cousin. Or one of them anyway. I recognize that big Ford Dually. I think it's kind of funny. This Expedition also has large turning radius to it. There's something about these classic vehicles. They have a huge turning radius. They don't turn as tightly as newer model vehicles, which I'm totally fine with. It's something you have to adapt to. It's really something you have to adapt to. I'll take another cruise up along the 4-lane. Yes, as I was saying earlier, you drive a classic car, there's nothing like it. And, I mean, it's just fun. Oh, yeah, I forgot to do the road work. Crap. Well, blasted. Road work. Crap. Well, here I thought that I might could open it up a bit. Not go above the speed limit, no, I mean, like go up to 55, but, okay. Forgot where they're doing road work. Speed limit's 35, yeah, I know. Trust me, I'm not going to do anything and get a ticket in this truck. It's Saturday, so I don't see why they'd be doing anything today. But I could be wrong. And I probably am. Get over because, oh no, please. Oh crap. Dash it all. I won't be able to turn there. I forgot. Bridge is out up there. So I'll have to turn around here. So, let's go ahead and make the turn. Okay. is a part of me, and I consider that I'm a part of it. But it's kind of crazy to drive something like this that's classic. And I mean, I have two different. I mean, I have two Silverados, and you know, this one's a '77, the other one's a 2001, and it's really different. I mean, it's radically different to get out of this one and get into the Z71, because there's a big difference in how that they handle it. I mean, there's a big difference in how that they handle and how that they're made, obviously. But I think this guy's probably gonna be mad at me. I didn't even look. Buddy, I think there's a red light. Yes, there's a red light. Ah, you have to stop. Never mind, it turned green. Crap. Dang it! Anyway, I know it isn't much. I do plan on getting a dash cam for my later on. But anyway, I know this wasn't much of a video, but if you guys have any relatable stories or anything that you'd like to share regarding classic cars, or heck, if you own a vehicle that you love or such, just let me know. Let me know in the comments below, or make a driving video yourself. Post a link to it. I'll see you guys next time.